white supremacist.
How? How can you say that?
How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist?
How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm going to need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're going to have to break down the argument.
That's not my job to say that.
Yes, it is your
just
job.
accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof.
Are you voting for Joe Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
That's right.
No.
You're a pedophile.
Yes, you are.
Pedophile.
You're a pedophile.
How?
You like to sniff kids.
A woman.
There you go.
That's a stupid question, dude. That's a dumb question.
What is a woman? It's not a trick question. What is a woman?
Who identifies as a woman?
You can't answer the question with the question. Yeah, define the woman without saying woman.
It's a social
You're in college paying for an education. What is a woman?
How about you talk to someone with media training? How about you talk to someone
You don't need media training. It's not a trick. What is a woman? You can't answer the question with the... It's the college kids of America going hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt who think it's a trick question when you ask them what a woman is.
Does it bother you that there's no prominent African Americans in the White House?
We have to stop believing in the solution that because somebody is black, they represent my interests. We learned that lesson via Barack Obama. I mean, he was in the White House for 8 years and didn't do much for the black community. So I'm not interested in the color of people's skin. So I'm interested in what they do and what they accomplish.
I'm really interested in your perspective here.
Yeah, I think that we have to stop believing that diversity is the color of people's skin, because that's an illusion that the left has sold, that somehow because somebody matches my skin color, because somebody matches my gender, they have my best interests at heart. And unfortunately, if you believe in the ability to think and to have a dialogue, that is a position that's on the right today.
So you would be okay with restricting freedom of speech? You would be okay with restricting or creating actually speech laws if that were voted on by the masses?
If the masses want it, absolutely.
Really?
Yes, I absolutely would.
I'm surprised, as someone, you said you're a PhD candidate, so you're obviously a very smart person, how you don't see the grave risk, just the unbelievable risk of violence associated with centralizing the power and who determines speech and what's permissible.
I simply ask you for the source.
Okay.
Can you give me the source
Nazi
on that?
Germany, Soviet Russia, Castro, Che Guevara regimes, current UK, Canada, Maoist China. Need I go on?
I'm just asking you to give me a scholarly source that says that.
He just wants a scholarly source, folks. Just give me a scholarly source that says that. Nazi Germany, that had nothing to do with abrogation of freedom of speech. Soviet Union, Czech Republic, Pol Pot, North Korea, North Vietnam, the Chinese communists. You go on and on and on and on. Any socialist Marxist country, any communist country. But no, what does this PhD candidate want? What's he doing it in? Social studies, political science? Or in fairy tales? No, give me a source, a credible source that says that it's okay to abrogate freedom of speech rights. These people are unbelievably stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded, woke, social justice warriors, virtue signaling, hypocrites, people. Amazing. Let's continue.
Okay, I don't have a scholarly source with me right now saying that Nazi Germany is worse off with speech laws than the United States.
So
you asked me for sources. One country that has better net results for human freedom and human rights by restricting speech. What's your source? One.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable. But you're exercising your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
You haven't sat there and...
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Check and mate. Check and mate.
Ha, gotcha.
You have got me. You have got me. I'm trying to work that through in my head. Yeah. It took a while.
It did, yeah.
It took a while.
You know why?
Well, it's the truth because you believe in affirmative action. So I said...
You know why that took a while, folks? I'm going to get in trouble for this. Because she's a liberal woman. A liberal woman, and she needed to be mansplained by Jordan Peterson. That's why it took a while.
black. If you're a mixed student, I'm in an interracial relationship, so I can speak to this. I have a son that's half white and a son that's half black and a daughter that's half white and half black. Okay. They're going to mark black because I know that there are people like you at the universities who will say, well, because this person is black, I'm just going to let them in.
No, they're going to mark black because they're black.
Well, they're half black and half white. They're both, right? So it is true. You overlook interracial students. What do you mean? Why are you saying, yeah, they're going to mark black because they're black?
Socialized in our society.
So the answer is, if you can't, I mean, you can mark both. Can you mark both? I don't know if you can. Yes. What are you going to look at that applicant as, a little bit less because they're half white? How do you guys figure that out?
How they look at it is, again, holistically across a number of different factors.
I love me a buzzword. Holistically and racial consciousness.
Oh yeah, reverse discrimination. There's a buzzword.
It's not reverse discrimination. It's just discrimination. It's just racism if you're judging people on the basis of their skin color. I don't know why this is so difficult. I mean, you have to go through an extraordinary amount of school. You almost have to have a PhD to not be able to see this. That's what makes my blood boil. I mean, it's just, I am not less than you because you are white. I don't need you to look at me and feel bad for me because of the color of my skin. And that's effectively what you're doing every time you take an application and you say, oh, well, this girl's black, so I kind of feel bad for her, so I'm going to put her at the top of a line. It's just not necessary. I believe, right, that black Americans are capable of performing in the same capacity as their white peers. You two don't actually believe that, because if you support affirmative action, you are basically saying that black Americans cannot do it on their own.
I don't like you. I think you spread bigotry. I think you piss a lot of people off because I mean, you're just an awful person. I don't think you really want to debate because you're just here to piss people off and energize your crowd of racists.
What have I ever said that's racist?
Oh, what?
Can you name one thing?
I'm Hispanic. Can I support Charlie?
Can you name
Does that mean anything?
Can you name a second thing I've ever said that's racist?
I think you're just trying to play a game, and I think this is obviously going to be used.
What have I ever said that's hateful?
I just want to hate you. You're awful. Get off my campus.
When have I ever said anything that's hateful? Have a nice day. He can't say anything I've ever said that's racist because I've never said anything that's racist. That
Virtue signaling hypocrite.
Picture, everybody.
Virtue signaling hypocrite.
Severely mismanaging the country. I mean, really, I'm just here to kind of mock the legacy media. Your numbers are going down every day, and our numbers are going up, right? Like combined, YouTube's getting like 13 million views a month. You're dying. And it's because do you know what your rating is on Trustpilot, business review site? 84% 1 star for the BBC, 59% 1 star for ITV, and 72% 1 star for Channel 4. I don't care what you say. You are just smear merchants. Not one of you can tell me what I believe. Not one of you knows. But all of the public know because they can go to my YouTube channel, Saga McCad, and just watch for themselves. I've been doing this for 5 years. I have nearly 1 million subscribers. Just go and have a look. I'm not answering your questions. I'm not apologizing for anything. You dirty, dirty smear merchants. Get there.
What is wrong with black people that they're not smart enough to earn their own way without complaining?
Black people are so smart that we are the ones that ignorant white people came over to the motherland to build this nation.
That's not true.
Black people are so
That's not true. You're not an honest person. That's not true. Black people were sold. That's not true. Hey, black people were sold by other blacks to the Arabs, and the Arabs sold the blacks around the world. It wasn't white people.
Reverend Jesse. White people stop.
Reverend Jesse. White people, he's given her a mansplaining on the slavery issue, and she don't want to hear it. She don't want to hear it no more.
Told us.
That's not true. That's not true.
We built the Capitol. We built the White House.
Y'all didn't do nothing.
We built many of the edifices that are in Washington,
D.C.
We did the layouts for the government.
Why? So if you people are so smart, why are you still begging? Why are you destructive? Why are you begging and whining? If you're so smart, why isn't that happening now?
Begging who? I don't believe in begging white people for
You're begging for reparation for whites. You're begging from affirmative action. You're begging to get into their schools without earning a way. You're begging to be air traffic controllers without having to pass the test. You're begging for everything, for food stamp, for free health care, free
go Jesse, go.
Government cheese and all kinds.
Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that compilation of woke social justice warrior, idiot morons, and retards just getting completely demolished and destroyed. Jesse Lee Peterson, you know, whether you agree with them or disagree with them, man, the guy just comes right. There's no gray area. It's just black or white. Boom, boom, boom. And he just knocks these guys right off their pedestals, off their perches. He bends their halos that they were shining. You know, these guys go out there, they polish their halos really nice and bright so they can virtue signal the next day, put their halo on as they go outside. And Jesse Lee Peterson just absolutely crushes, just takes her halo literally and like breaks it in half or throws something on top of that halo so all the polish and the brightness goes out of it and they have nothing left to, except just babble and just, you know, get either upset and walk away or just realize that they've lost the battle and it's just better to keep quiet than keep opening their mouth and showing their stupidity and ignorance. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. You all know what to do. Take a look at our other videos above and below. My final thought is always, when you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.